Hey, it's Health Coach Tara, and today I'm going to cover one of the most commonly asked questions from my clients. Should I count net carbs or total carbs on keto? Now, this topic seems to be highly controversial among keto experts out there. I encourage you to watch this video all the way through because I'm going to explain why different experts have different beliefs on this topic and wrap up with my personal recommendations for when you should count net carbs and when you should go ahead and count total carbs. So grab your notebook and get ready to jot down some notes. Before we talk about which way is better, we need to understand the difference between net carbs versus total carbs. So we'll start with total carbs. To count total carbs, you include all of the carbohydrates on the nutrition label of a food. What you see as the total carbohydrate number on that nutrition label is what you count as the carb count of that food. This is a simple and straightforward method that many people use when first starting a keto diet. Counting total carbs tends to help your body get into ketosis faster than counting net carbs, especially in the beginning. Many people use this method because it's so simple to implement. If you're not sure about a food, all you have to do is go to Google, search for that food, and within a second, you have a macronutrient breakdown that includes total carbs. So if you're going to count total carbs, you want to be in a range of 20 to 50 grams of total carbs per day on the keto diet. Net carbs. So using net carbs for your keto diet is a perfectly acceptable approach, but it does require some knowledge and a little math. So you'll want to aim for 20 to 40 net carbs per day on the keto diet. And there's two main ways to calculate net carbs. It's also important to note that calculating net carbs can be a little confusing because of current labeling regulations. But today I'm going to break this all down for you so you have all the information you need to choose the method for your keto diet. So we'll begin with the most common method for calculating net carbs, and you're going to want to write this down, so get ready. Net carbs equals total carbs minus fiber minus sugar alcohols. So net carbs is simply total carbs minus fiber minus sugar alcohols. So let's take a look at an example. We have Lakanto's sugar-free chocolate chips on the screen, and you're going to see the package as of today when I'm recording this video. So to calculate the net carbs on this package, we'll take the 8 grams of total carbs, subtract 3 grams of fiber, and then subtract 4 grams of sugar alcohol to get a total of 1 net carb per serving. So these sugar-free chocolate chips have 1 net carb per 1 tablespoon serving. Before I move on, beware of sugar-free chocolate because most brands on the market contain maltitol, which should not be subtracted out as a sugar alcohol because studies show it has an impact on insulin and blood sugar. I'll share a tip towards the end. Now, Lakanto is one of our favorite chocolate brands, and if you want to try these out, you can use coupon code TARAKETO to save on their website at lakanto.com. Now, Whole Foods, the store, has also come out with a store brand of sugar-free chocolate chips sweetened with erythritol that are an even darker chocolate than Lakanto's. Now, there's one caveat with this formula. This formula will not come out correctly or could not come out correctly when allulose is on the label. Well, why? Well, allulose is a rare sugar and it doesn't fall into that sugar alcohol category. And with current FDA labeling regulations and guidance, it doesn't have to be shown on the nutrition facts. So it used to be that allulose had to be counted as a sugar, which was really wrong. Now the FDA labeling guidelines say that allulose doesn't have to be listed on the nutrition facts under carbohydrates. So if your math for net carbs isn't coming out, take a look at the ingredient list and see what sugar substitute is being used. And know that allulose is a great sugar substitute to use with the keto diet. Some studies and my own personal experience wearing a CGM and using allulose with myself and my clients and those that wear a CGM show that allulose actually reduces blood sugar. So see the description below to a link to a study on this phenomena with allulose. But without further ado, let's take a look at an example of a product that has allulose in it. The perfect keto cookie package you see on the screen has 18 total carbs in 2 cookies. The package has 4 grams of fiber and 5 grams of sugar alcohol. Using the formula I provided would be 18 minus 4 minus 5 equals 9 grams of net carbs, which would be 4.5 net carb per cookie. However, the company says there's 2 grams of net carb per cookie. Fortunately, Perfect Keto has done the math for us. It is correct here to take allulose out of the net carb calculation. You can see the full calculation on the screen right now that subtracts out allulose, making a package of 2 cookies a total of 4 net carbs, 2 net carbs per cookie. These cookies are really delicious. They're one of Jeremy and my favorites. And if you want to try them out, you can head to their website and use the code TARAKETO to save 20% on your purchase. Now here's a pro tip with some of the sugar alcohols. If the sugar alcohol is maltitol or sorbitol, you can go ahead and use half of the amount in the calculation. So if there's 20 grams of sugar alcohols in the product and you know maltitol is the sweetener on the packaged ingredient list, you can subtract out half of those carbs in your calculation and come pretty close. Or just choose not to eat products that contain maltitol or sorbitol. The other method for calculating net carbs is to include the sugar alcohol in the net carb count. Here, the equation becomes net carbs equals total carbs minus fiber. So you can see here that we're no longer subtracting out sugar alcohols. So if we go back to the Perfect Keto cookie example that we just used, the equation would be 18 total carb minus 3 grams of fiber equals 15 net carb for 2 cookies. So using this method, we would have 7.5 net carb per cookie compared to the method where we subtracted sugar alcohol and had 2 net carbs. So many people would choose to exclude sugar alcohols from the net carb count because they believe that tasting sweet things on the tongue can have an impact on blood sugar and insulin in the body. Other people exclude sugar alcohols because they have digestive issues such as gas, diarrhea, and bloating when they consume sugar alcohols. Now, let's go through a pros and cons list of using net carbs or total carbs on keto, and then I'll talk about why experts disagree on counting total carbs or net carbs and wrap up with my recommendations for you. So I'll tell you exactly when you should count net carbs and when you might want to consider counting total carbs. So pros, good things counting net carbs are: if you have a strong sweet tooth, you're able to eat sweets and be on keto, making the keto diet feel less restrictive. There's less FOMO when you can include sweets on your keto diet. Now, cons for counting net carbs are the math can get complicated. You might rely too heavily on sweets in your diet. Pros for counting total carbs: the math is easy. You'll usually get better results. Cons for counting total carbs: you might not get enough fiber in your diet if you're not eating fibrous vegetables, which can result in loose stools or other GI issues. And you may feel deprived and find yourself going off plan and eating sugar or other processed carbs. If this is happening, consider counting net carbs instead. So why do experts disagree on net carbs or total carbs on keto? Well, after attending numerous conferences and listening to experts debate with each other, I've come to realize that experts disagree on keto principles like net carbs or total carbs because they're each coming from a different place. For example, Dr. Eric Westman has a more flexible view on what foods are allowed on a keto diet because he primarily works in his clinic with patients who want to lose weight. And to lose weight, you can count net carbs and be successful. It's not so much about eating the perfect keto diet. It's about not eating the standard American diet and turning your body into a fat-burning furnace. Now, other experts will argue that the only way to do keto correctly is to count total carbs. They argue that net carbs are too confusing and marketing can be used to hide ingredients that undermine results on the keto diet. They may also argue that there's too many processed or junk ingredients hidden in packaged foods. These experts are looking towards the optimal human diet. My opinion, they're both correct. Working with clients over the years, I've learned that the best method is the one you are ready for. If you're just starting keto and feeling completely overwhelmed about giving up sweets, if you're just not sure you can do this, and you know deep inside that the FOMO might result in you constantly going off plan or not doing keto at all, then count net carbs. Start there. Enjoy the keto sweets and just count the net carbs. Don't let the confusion around total carbs versus net carbs stop you from enjoying the benefits of a keto lifestyle. In other words, choose to do keto from where you are today and throw out that perfectionist mindset. Because if your perfectionism is preventing you from starting, how are you ever going to reach your goals? So when should you count total carbs? Well, count total carbs when you want better results and feel you're in a place to take the uncomfortable action required to give up sweets. Honor the fact that it will be a challenge for you and enter into it with that mindset. I encourage clients to set themselves a personal 7-day challenge to count total carbs. Look at it as an experiment to see what happens in your body. Some of my clients will opt for a full 30-day challenge and will use a resource like my 30-day Keto Planner to track their progress and help them stay on plan. So if you're ready to take a personal challenge, comment below and I'll provide you with some resources to help support you along the way. Now, if you're just starting keto and want to get into ketosis faster, especially us women, consider 3 to 7 days of counting total carbs to kickstart things. We also often recommend total carbs if you can't get your blood ketone level to 0.5, or if you want to go deeper into ketosis for better physical benefits like mental clarity or more energy. Or you might want to count total carbs if you're stuck at a plateau or aren't seeing any weight loss. These are many different reasons that you might want to take that personal challenge and count total carbs for a while instead of net carbs. Whatever your decision, know that the keto diet is flexible. You can count total carbs for a month, lose some weight, and then go back to net carbs for a while. Total carbs versus net carbs doesn't have to be a one-time decision. The best part of this is that the keto diet is flexible. For example, counting net carbs over your birthday can allow you to celebrate without going off plan. You can purchase my Keto Cupcake Cookbook, I'll put the link in the description, and create some delicious cupcakes to enjoy. And maybe even freeze the leftovers for an occasional sweet treat later. My cookbook has 104 different flavors of cupcakes and includes filled cupcakes as well. My favorite cupcake is my Hostess Cupcake Copycat recipe. And the cupcakes aren't just for the keto diet either. My teens prefer my keto cupcakes and request them for their birthday. It is a great way to introduce your loved ones to a healthier treat option. To wrap up this video, remember that either method will support the keto diet. If you're still confused about the different methods of counting net carbs, go back and watch again and take notes. I believe in your ability to figure this out. Many people share with me that entering in recipes to an online calculator or app is completely overwhelming and they just don't want to do it. Well, because of this, I enter all of the recipes on my blog at wholebodyliving.com and on this YouTube channel into Cronometer. So if you have Cronometer Gold and you friend request me at Tara, that's T-A-R-A, at wholebodyliving.com, W-H-O-L-E, bodyliving.com, then my entire database of recipes is available for you under custom foods. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to sign up for a free account and save 10% on Cronometer Gold, which when I'm recording this is currently just $35 a year. This link is an affiliate link that earns me a small percentage on your purchase if you choose to use it. It also provides you with that 10% discount. It's a free-to-you way to support our efforts to help make this information easily available to you through Cronometer. You'll find many links in the description below for things I mentioned in this video, plus a link to a blog post on my website that you can go and review if you prefer to read this information and improve your notes. Now, if you liked this video, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. We're creating videos like this each week based on your questions and comments. And we read all of our comments, so please take a moment to post a response to this video. Tell me what you learned and what questions that you still have next. I'll either respond to your comment with an answer or link to a video I already created. Or I just might make a new video to cover that topic. Until next time, this is Health Coach Tara, wishing you the very best of health.